Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Claire and this is Polly Put the Petal On. I'm laughing because I think this is about the 5th time. I'm losing the will guys. My name is Claire and this is Polly Put the Petal On, and today's video is a Temu haul. I'm not going to mess about, we're going to get straight into it because there's a few bits to show you, and also we can natter along the way and we can have a little catch up at the end. So yes, I will apologise for the lights. I've had to put the big light and the lamp on because it's very dark and dismal outside, and it's Sunday. We put the clocks back last night, didn't we? It's not my bag at all, and I'm running late today, so let's crack on with this straight away. Now, if you remember in my last Temu haul, I showed you my cushion covers. Absolutely love them. Really nice. Got a stack of 3 cushions in each corner because I bought new cushions, didn't I? Feather filled cushions, and I've got a nice stack of 3 in each corner of my 2 settees. And I said, oh, I think I've made a boo-boo, you know, with that accent cushion, because I really needed an accent colour to break up that cream. Well, you get used to things, don't you guys? You do. You get used to things, and you know, I'm used to the cream now. So when these came, I ordered these green, but they're not green, they're on a cream background, but it's green botanical print. When they came, and I've got one on, I'm still trying to get used to that because I just don't know if that's the look I'm going for, because my settees are red, but I thought, you know, if I chose a different colour entirely, but I think I will go down the red route, to be honest, if indeed I'm going to choose an accent colour. So that's the cushion cover. These were about £1 each. And that's them there. Very nice, they are very nice, but I just, like I say, you get used to things, don't you? And so I had got used to those 3 cream cushions in each stack, and now I suppose I've got to get used to this, so I'll have to keep looking across to the one that I've put this on and weighing it up. So yeah, so Christmas, this is predominantly Christmas stuff. There's some craft stuff, and there's some good little ideas in here as well. So my Christmas theme this year, my Christmas colour scheme is going to be, I had red and gold last year, it will be red gold, and there will be hints of green within the tree. I'm not going to put loads of green, but there is going to be pops of green because I've got some beautiful green velvet ribbon that I will show you in a separate haul, because this is a Temu and that's what I'm sticking to. So that's my colour scheme, and my theme is I couldn't think of it then. My theme will be Victorian-esque, so tradition. So it's going to be traditional, but there's going to be oldie worldy. I've done quite a lot of research on the Victorians and the Victorian Christmases and stuff, and what's inspired that is a beautiful Bible. One sec. What's inspired that, guys, is this beautiful antique Bible. You have to excuse those the end there. As you can see, this is an antique Bible. It was printed in 1880. This was my dad's. I can't say it's a family heirloom. I don't know where he got it from. I'll have to put it down because it's heavy. But that white that's come onto that front cover and the back cover and the spine it was duct tape. It was black duct tape. And I've had this in my possession since my dad passed away 9.5 years ago. And I've had it out in various different ways. But I've always hidden the spine and the thing. Anyway, I thought I'm going to get that out. I'm going to have a look at it and see if I can do something with it. And I took the duct tape off. Now it's left this residue, but it's not a sticky residue. It's a very dry residue, and I can't get it off. And I don't want to ruin the book. It's going to have to go to the repair shop along with my mum's dolls that are 80 odd years old, because you know, they're all there, but the legs are off, the head's off, and they need restringing. So I'm going to have to find a repair place that specialise in things like this. So this is what's inspired the Victorian and vintage Christmas. There is going to be modern touches, of course there is, because I can't afford to change everything out. Of course I can't. But where I can, I will tweak. I can do it via craft and stuff. and floristry. I'm hoping anyway, but that's the route we're going. So that's the cover of the book. It's a shame. It's a beautiful, beautiful, honestly, it's a beautiful book. Let me take that off. I'll actually run a bit of video at the side and then you can see it. It's absolutely stunning. And it, like I say, this is from 1880, so it's 145 years old. And I want to incorporate this into my Christmas decor because I think it's beautiful. I really do. So, but the front and the back covers, you know, they just come away because obviously that's why my dad had the duct tape on it. But I will find someone, and in the meantime I will use it in my decor. Now I'm just going to have to slide this across without damaging the table. So that's that. So that's the route I'm going, and for that reason, and just things that were catching my eye as well. Basically, I'm going to show you this. Look at that. That's a gift bag, but I'm not going to use it as a gift bag. Look at that. It's absolutely stunning and very, very traditional and vintage looking, isn't it? And I thought, oh yeah, it's holly and ivy, as you can see, and that is absolutely stunning. So I'm going to use this some way in my decor too. So there was these little things that were hinting at me of which route to take this Christmas. Let's get on with the haul because I'm yabbering on and I'm really sorry about that. So I've got these little, these are like little, I'm trying to think, like a linen gift bag, can you see? And then they're vintage, they're beautiful, they really are. Vintage scenes on the front of each. They really are beautiful, I love them. And these are only transfers. It's not a print, it's like a transfer. I think these were about £3. But absolutely beautiful, so I can add them into my decor too. I found this because I like I say, I've researched the Victorians, and you know, because it was the Victorians really that brought back Christmas to Britain, you know. Yeah, it was. And I think it was Charles Dickens, so it's going down that route, Dickensian and all that sort of stuff. It was Charles Dickens that inspired the Victorians to give gifts to the poor and stuff through his story of Ebenezer Scrooge, which is incidentally, that is one of, you know, I know I'm yammering on again, which is incidentally one of my things this year. I love Ebenezer Scrooge. I absolutely love that film in any way, shape or form. And I will watch the black and white, I will watch the 70s version, you know, I will watch modern day. And I do believe Johnny Depp is being pitched for a new Ebenezer Scrooge next year, which I will go to the cinema. If it's in the cinema, I'm going. I will watch animated versions of it. And my goal this Christmas is to watch as many as I can. I've already watched 2 and one twice. One of them I watched twice because one of them I watched with my grandson because, you know, he was here, I was looking after him and I wanted to. So I've been looking at the games that they play and all that kind of thing. And so we've got noughts and crosses in a little wooden block. Now that's quite yellow, as you can see. This was only £1 something. It's quite yellowy, but I've got some dark wax that I will paint over it, you know, to age it, to give it that aged look. I'll put that there because that's almost with the flowers and stuff. Then I've got these vintage postcards, and this is for, I have a, it's an old CD rack, but it's a little cupboard that opens like that, and it's got 4 placements for pictures or anything like that. I've got vintage flowers in there at the moment and have had for years. I did that on the channel when I very first came, so it's time they were changed out, and they're going to get changed out for some of these vintage postcards. I just need to trim them down, which is only a few mil off each edge to get them to fit correctly. But these vintage, so they will go in that, and that is like a cream colour. but I'm going to get my sander on it and I'm going to age it and possibly dark wax it again. So we've got certainly got crafts coming up. There's another Santa. I won't show you all of them, but you can see where I'm at, can't you? Just an oldie worldy vintage Christmas, and I just want to come into the room and for the room to give us a hug, and for any visitors to sit down, feel welcome and not want to leave, basically. You know, Temu really is a good place to find these things, because if you can think it, Temu's got it. And yeah, I bought all these with my own money. I'm not plugging Temu in any way other than, for me, it's the sourcing aspect of it. You know, you can go to that shop for there, and you can go to that shop for that, and you can go to that. You know, some of us haven't got time or the energy, you know, through health and stuff. But Temu is absolutely brilliant to be able to source in one place. That's how I feel anyway, and you know that it's all gonna come, and if it's bad you can send it back. If it's not what you wanted, send it back, and it's free returns and all sorts. So for me, it's quite a godsend. And like I say, if you can think it, Temu's got it. And that definitely wasn't a plug for Temu, because this isn't sponsored. I paid for all this with my own money. Now I got this, and it is flat. This is 2D, but it looks, as you can see it there, it looks as if it's 3D, doesn't it? It looks as if it's raised, that lettering, but it's not. But I can work with that. That will, and again, it's got that vintage look to it. I can work with that, and yeah, I'm happy with it. It was only a couple of quid. It's a metal sign, and it's coming a sleeve like that. So that's that. And I have got some prints, guys, because like I say, I want this room to give you a hug. I want you to walk in, not you. Well, actually, you can come if you want. I want, you know, pardon me, each visitor to walk in and have a hug, you know, from this room. So I've got some artwork. And this is one. Again, it's vintage. It's got a rocking horse on it, because rocking horses will feature. You'll see I've got one in here, and I've got one on the end of the table, but that will feature in another haul. And so I have said it before, and I'll say it again, whatever I do, I like to repeat matter, because that's what you do in floristry. So I'm pretty damn sure that's what you do in any design. You repeat the matter to give it a link from one area to another. So I've got that, and I absolutely love it. And what I liked about it is it's nice and light, and it's nice and bright, you know, even though it's a print on canvas, and this is on canvas, there's still a glow coming off it, you know. I've got frames that these will fit. I think this is 50 by 70, and I'm not entirely sure how much that was. It might have been £3 for that. And then I've got another 3 there, because they're 3 together, and I think they were £7 for 3. So there's a Santa, there's a Christmas tree, and there's another Christmas tree. One of the Christmas trees is for something else. And the rocking horse, you'll see. But I've got it all planned out. So yeah, I do hope you'll join me. I think what we'll do is we'll start, I did say this in my last video, I'm going to have to start getting things together, because obviously I make my own stuff. And I do my own crafting and stuff, my floristry. So we will start getting things together. Now, what I wanted to show you was these. These are brilliant. And what I see is people buying these, maybe not these exact ones, but buying the transfers. I can't find there it is. Buying these transfers, and then they put them on a glass, and then they're selling the glass. Now, these are great, these are. I've got these to age some of my baubles, because like I say, I can't switch everything out. So I've got these vintage transfers, as you can see. Vintage transfers, and I can literally cut that out, put it over a bauble, rub it, with this lolly stick, and the bauble will instantly look like a vintage bauble. So you know, if you want to do that, now these stickers were about £1 something, and there's 2 little sheets. You can get them in bigger sheets, you can get bigger transfers, you can get them for candles, you can get them, they'll go on wood, they'll go on acrylic, they'll go on glass, they'll go on furniture. You know, if you were wanting to put a nice scene on a set of drawers, I've seen people do that, you know, with flowers and stuff, because they do all kinds of genres really. They cater for everything. I've got some more coming, and they're little Christmas mice, and that's for my glasses, you know, my drinking glasses. So you could do those, you know, on cups, on glasses. You could create gifts with them, you know, if you've got like a mug from the pound shop, just a plain white mug from the pound shop. They do like wrap around transfers that you can put your transfer onto, and then it looks as if you have made that cup, that mug, basically. You've crafted it, and it makes a great, but so save money, because I do see quite a lot of people doing it on TikTok. Well, it's quite a lot. I've seen one, and then charges the earth for the product that you're buying. And everybody, you know, needs to make money, and I understand that. But, you know, if you can cut the costs yourself, and save your own money, you know, then you should do so. And that then takes me to that video that my friend Maxine has just done about YouTubers asking for membership fees and stuff. I'm not going to talk about them, but what I'm going to do is talk about the subscriber and the person that possibly thinks, you know, the viewer that possibly thinks that they need to do it. If it's not in your budget to do it, don't do it. That, you know, £8 a month or whatever it is that's being charged could put food on the table, gas in the gas, electric in the electric. I worry about that, and it was a conversation that me and Maxine had basically, and then that led Maxine to make that video, and quite right so, because if you can't do it, because remember that subscription will roll and will be coming out. Now I don't know about you, but I spring clean my subscriptions anyway, and you know, sometimes you think, God, I've been paying for that all this time and I've not even been watching it. So do be careful of what you subscribe to, guys. You know, I don't think there's any need for it personally, for these subscriptions, and half of them don't offer anything really at all. So please do consider what you're subscribing to. I could go on, but the thing is, I best not, because I would say more than Maxine. So we'll leave it at that, but just be careful, guys. And that was Maxine Georgina, by the way, if you haven't seen that video where she's ranting about greedy YouTubers. If you haven't seen that, I'll link her channel down below. In fact, I'll link the video down below. So as I said, let's get back to this. As I said, I've been doing research on the Victorians and the games they played and stuff. So we got the noughts and crosses, and you know, it's meant to be wooden. Now, it might very well be wooden. Let's have a look. No, it is. Yeah, it is wooden, so that'll be great with that wax. And I got these little wooden tops, spinning tops, because that was another little toy that they would get. So I want to try and be as authentic as I can in certain areas, you know. And I hope you will all come back and see how I put it together, if indeed I get it together. No, I will. What's this? Oh, these are nice. These are a nice aesthetic to add to the decor, really. And they're keys. There's a bag of keys there, as you can see, and they'll go on this ring, and they're already aged in look. And there's the little keys, nice little decorative keys to go on to the bunch. Just again, it's just adding, or you know, trying to add authentic touches to the overall look. And like I've said to you before many times, it is the finer details for me. And yeah, so I've got those keys. This is a rocking horse. It's a cute little rocking horse. This is lovely. How lovely is that? It's absolutely cute. I have got another one there, got the B&M one, but that's just going to stay there. And if, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the B&M one by now, but I will have another few bits and pieces to show you. But like I say, I'm just doing the Temu one. I love this one. Lovely little presents and a Christmas tree underneath. Nice little colours, you know, colours on it, and they're my colours too. So yeah, little rocking horse. And then of course I've got the rocking horse on the vintage picture too. I don't know how this goes back. I did it upside down. Just stick it. I've got this. Oh. I've got this. All will be revealed with that. That's just like shredded metallic paper. It's not paper. Foil. Shredded foil. And then I've got these vintage gift tags. Little vintage gift tags there. I think they're really nice and sweet. Little bells. And what's that? Oh, they're gifts. Bells again. Christmas tree. So they're nice. They're a nice little touch too. And then this is a gift that I bought for somebody, for one of my friends. Obviously I'll put more to it, but this is beautiful, this is. And it's so lovely that I think I might get one myself. And it's a little porcelain. It was £5 this was, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's a little porcelain tea light. So you put your tea light inside. It's obviously a decoration. You put your tea light inside and it lights up. But look at the detail on there. All those beautiful wildflowers and butterflies and insects. Absolutely beautiful. And like I say, they do these in lots of different designs too. And I think that I'm going to get myself one of them because I think they're gorgeous. A nice little glow off that. And they're absolutely lovely. So yeah, I got that as a gift, so that's nice. And like I say, I think it was about £5. But in my estimate, I know it's small, but I think it's very lovely. And just a spin on giving a gift, giving a candle, isn't it really? That is beautiful, and long after the candle's gone, that will still be there. And then, oh, that is, I think we're coming on to, whoopsie, I think we're coming on to florals and things now. So you've seen these before. They are raspberries on a stem. I've got plenty of these down the petal shed, and for some reason I thought I was getting 8 because do read the description. It said 8 raspberries. They meant 8 raspberries on one stem. I thought it was 8 stems, but it wasn't. It was 8 raspberries on one stem. So do read the description carefully, because even when I went back I was furious. I was like, no, that can't be right. But it was right. It was my misreading. You know, if you skim and scan, you're not going to take it in, and obviously I clicked the button. I didn't pay loads for it anyway. I thought I was getting a bargain, and yeah, it was too good to be true. It usually is. So yeah, I've got those raspberries, and like I say, I've already got quite a few of those down in the petal shed, which they will be coming out this Christmas. And then I got this, and now I think this is really good quality, hence why it's come in a box. It is good quality, and this is a fern bush. Now I love to create designs with ferns. I think they're a great foliage. And obviously this is artificial, but this is so good. Now, maybe not the underside, but that is absolutely fantastic quality. The quality is lovely. And then you've got those fronds there too. You know, the curly fronds unfurling, absolutely fabulous. There's even a little bit of like twig in it. It really is great quality, it really is. So I'll be working with this, adding natural touches to flower arrangements. So that one's that. I'll just put that there. I got this. This is absolutely beautiful. This was £3. This was, and I think this. I think this sold out. I think I had the last one. But can you see? It's on a wire stem, and it's this flower. I'll show you the back, then you can get the gist, because I'm not going to take it out because it's nice and flat. So that's the back, but it's all red, and it's red gems and jewels and stuff all on this wire, and I'm going to be using that also in my decorations. Then I got those miniature roses there. They're very good. You got 2 stems, and I think they were £3. They're very, very good. I've got some of those already in a different colour in the petal shed, and I like them because you can, when you created your length, you can follow your length. You know, you can strengthen your outline with your smaller flowers, and that's what I'll be using those for. These, in fact, have I got some? Yeah, these are absolutely stunning. So I've opened one out. I've not really fluffed it to its full potential. These magnolias, these were £5 for 4, and they're worth every single penny of that £5. Look at those, velvet, red velvet, and they are absolutely, you know, everybody does the poinsettias and stuff, and the Victorians did use a lot of poinsettias, they really did. But I want to sway away from that a little bit. This is what I'm saying, that it's not going to be, I mean, I want it to be authentic, but it's not going to be down to a T. A, because I can't afford to switch everything out, but B, because I want my own touch on it. I want to do my own touch on it. There may be an odd poinsettia about, but these are absolutely stunning, and these are magnolias, and they are beautiful. And look how big, that's my hand, that's how big they are. Absolutely stunning. And like I say, they were £5 for 4, and these sell out, but they've got some beautiful coloured magnolias. But I wanted the red velvet. You've seen the red velvet ribbon that I've got, and again, repeating matter, repeating the materials and stuff, the textures, and that's, you know, where these come into play. So that is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to get started. I'll leave that there. And we're sticking with floristry. Flower arranging, whatever you want to call it. I call it floristry because I'm a florist. Flower arrangers call it flower arranging because they're flower arrangers, and there is a difference between the two. This is a moss. This is for something else. I don't think I'm going to use this Christmas. I got this, I saw this, and I thought there's something coming up, that there's a project that I want to do. So I think this will be an after Christmas project. I saw this and I thought it's absolutely lovely. It's moss. It's moss on a branch. There's the branch. And it's beautiful. It really, really is. So I've got this I've got this to design something else. and it probably won't come out this Christmas. I mean, it might, but I want to use it in one piece as something else, and that is a good metre. It's probably more. It's got to be more, hasn't it? I think a metre's from your arm to your armpit, so it's got to be either 2 or a metre and a half. I don't know. I get lost after a few inches. So yes, that's that. And that was, I think that was, I don't know, I'll flash it up on screen. It doesn't matter anyway, because they always change prices, and then you get you know, if you put your thing in, you know, you get a refund if the price has changed, don't you? So and then I have got this, and this is a beautiful garland. It needs unravelling, so I'm not going to unravel all of it. I'm just going to show you a bit of it, if I can get the end. This is lovely, this. And I can't remember how much this was either. But it's this. Oh, come on. As you can see, you have to fight with it. It gets tangled. There we go. It's that. So it's just this realistic Christmas foliage with those beautiful acorns. Now those acorns are real soft. They're so soft. They're a real nice quality acorn. It's not an acorn, it's a pine cone. I never do that. It's a real quality pine cone. And speaking of pine cones, I'm doing something with some right now. Some are taking to what I'm trying to do, and others aren't, which is a bit of a blow. But there's still a few hours left on them yet. And then I've got these, and I absolutely love these. Now, they haven't got what these are, these down, but I'm thinking there's some kind of, they're definitely not amaranthus, because that is quite fluffy and more solid in texture. This could be the beginning of wisteria, the very beginning of wisteria, but look at that. How beautiful are those? I absolutely love them. And you got 3. You got 3. So there's quite a, and I'll be using these also in my Christmas decor, but I absolutely love them. And they're real touch, apart from the leaves, which I don't care for anyway, but the flowers I do. They're real touch. They're real touch, and they're gorgeous. And that's the only thing that I can think of, or maybe like a grapevine, but I'm thinking more wisteria, the very beginning of a beautiful wisteria bloom, quite possibly. They are beautiful and great quality. If you know what you're looking for, you can find some absolutely beautiful pieces for floristry on Temu. You really can. And then this is another, it's absolutely lovely, really is. And this is an ivy plant. So I bought the full plant. The quality of this, again, I'll show you the ivy leaves. It looks sensational, doesn't it? And as you can see, it's a trailing plant. Now, without me fluffing it all up, and I'm not going to because it's going back in that bag, without me fluffing it all up, but it is absolutely great quality, really is. And that will also feature in my Christmas decor. So guys, I have got some more stuff coming. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I really look forward to bringing all this to you. I really do. But for now, yeah, we're 31 minutes in. I best go, really, hadn't I? I mean, at the end of the day, I've not really had a catch up either. Mum's still in a it's called intermediate care facility, so it's nurse led. There's a doctor there also, So she's still receiving medical care, but she's not receiving acute medical care now. So she's not in hospital, she's in intermediate care. And yeah, so that's what's going on with mum so far. I mean, obviously without telling you the ins and outs of her health. So yeah, that's where she is. So we're still backwards and forwards really. And I had my baby grandson on Tuesday. He was absolutely a delight. In fact, I've seen a lot of him this week. And we went out as a family yesterday. And he was just a little angel, he really was. He's just beautiful. And I bought him a lovely Christmas Day outfit that my daughter picked. She said, oh, this is lovely. And I thought, oh, well, I had got another one in my hand. But yeah, I'll show you that. I do hope you're all really very well. And yeah, I will come back very, very soon. Like I say, Wednesday, I'm busy tomorrow because I need to go to hospital with my baby grandson because he needs a cardiology appointment because of our genetic heart condition. And I need to go to relay the gene and, you know, everything really. We have a strong family history with my sister passing away with it, and I need to be able to relay everything really to the children's cardiologist, because it's totally different to, you know, my cardiologist. So yeah, so I've got that, and then Tuesday I'll be with my mum, and Wednesday I'm planning on moving my autumn decor, which I have thoroughly enjoyed. I really have. It's brought me so much comfort, and yeah, but it's time to clear the decks, clean the room, and we will be getting stuck into that, and then I'll start to do bits and pieces and put out. But like I say, I've got another Temu haul coming up. That's en route now, and that was something that I did for Temu. And it won't be a sponsored video, but they thanked me by giving me some coupons. So I thought, well, I might as well obviously spend them on Christmas. And that's what I've done. So, you know, I've just added bits and pieces too. So that one will be coming. And then I've got another few bits and pieces that I can show you. But I really want to start getting stuck in now. I don't know whether I'm waiting for anything before I can start a dough bowl or two. Now I'm debating, guys. I don't know about that fireplace. Every year my fireplace is a bone of contention. It really is. I can decorate it's like that drawer you have in your kitchen. You know, that drawer full of crap in your kitchen. You know, when you've cleaned your house and for some magic miracle you've ended up with a load of stuff in your hand you don't know what to do with. That's what that fireplace is to me at Christmas time. It really is. I just so initially I was going to do a dough bowl and just have an arrangement on it, and then have some really nice pillar candle holders on. But I'm not sure now. I'm now thinking not so much a garland. It would be garland looking, but something else. I'm not too sure. So we'll see. Because like I say, every year that fireplace is a bone of contention for me. And everywhere else, I think I know what I'm doing. That back, actually, this back bookcase in this back alcove, that's a bone of contention with me as well. Always. It drives me mad. I've never liked that back alcove because I've got a 27-foot long living room, but I've got 2 chimney breasts in it because it was 2 rooms. And they just don't look right. And it's not my house, so I can't bang this second chimney breast out. It just does not look right. And this back alcove I have never liked. It's always been dark and dingy, so I lit it up with my new bookcase, didn't I? I mean, I'm saying new, I've had it about 3 years now. And I lit the inside of the bookcase up with a strip of lights, and that sorted that problem. But it's just an area that I just don't like. So yeah, I'm waffling on now, and we're 36, nearly 37 minutes. Thank you for your time, guys. It's been lovely to see you. I'm so sorry about the lighting. Hopefully next time I'll catch you at midday, whereas now I think it's near 4 o'clock. So do take care. I hope I can get this video up today. If not, it will be tomorrow, and which will be Monday. And do take care, and thank you for watching. It's been absolutely lovely to see you. It always is. So I've been Claire, this has been Polly Put the Petal On, and you are absolutely fabulous. Take care. Bye.